So we wanted to work with like different materials and different manufacturing methods.
There's very human aspects of the design because it's such a sensitive topic. It eventually became these conversations about sometimes quite fantastical shapes, which are very, very unconventional by urn standards.
Seeing these ceramic urns take form, it made me appreciate more that this is not just like a functional part of a product, but it's actually a piece of artwork.
It was a very common theme across all the residents that people kept saying that they wanted like the color of the sky. I think another common theme is that there is a lot of vibrancy for their urns, even though it's like an end-of-life thing.
Each of their urns really told a story of like who they are and like what they like. Coming from a background of working with more engineering materials like metal, aluminum, steel, we generally give the fabrication company an engineering drawing and we ask them to follow it to a T, you know. Seeing these ceramic urns take form, it made me appreciate more that this is not just like a functional, but it's actually a piece of artwork.
Especially for craft, anything that is by hand, handmade, the next piece is always better. And you can imagine somebody else who may not know you and maybe like 50 years, then they come to have contact with the urn. You know, it's just a different way of sharing your story.
How they want people to remember them, you know, after death. That's something that when people come to the wake, they can remember, oh, I love to sew, so I love art, I love music. We went around to see who are the people who really wants to express themselves. So we selected a few. Among them, there are 2 or 3 that really open themselves up.
Yeah, so
It has to do with like the small moments that we've shared with the residents. For me as a designer and as a person, yes, this is a project, and in many ways, like when we take on design projects, you're never typically expected to have a personal relationship to your end users. But in this case, this is not just like 7 urns for 7 random people. These are like 7 people that we know personally.
I would say that it's a journey towards accepting death. Once you elevate that fear of that death, that part of the physical part of it is, I said, it's quite lonely, sister. It's quite frightening. You know, on that day when it comes, you know, I will have to do my dying on my own.
It wasn't necessarily about engaging end of life, it was about celebrating life. It's all about co-creating designs together. It's about empathy first. You know, we really believe HappyUrns can be transformational.
I would say that the journey doesn't end here because ultimately it's to get people to get into this kind of conversation.
So I'm very happy that they got to see the end product. We were able to help design something special for each one of them.